Welcome back to CAF Television. Alex Bassavansky here in the studio, joined by the boys from Ginga, back in the studio again. Kevin DeSerpa, the owner of Ginga Academy, and the new goalkeeper coach, who is, let me get the last name right, it's Bernstinger, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I got it right. Luke Bernstinger. I just want to point out one thing really quick here. Kevin and I are not that short. Luke is 6'4". It kind of helps as a former goalie, I'm sure, but just a bit tall. But boys, welcome to the studio. First and foremost, let's just break down the essentials of, well, first of all, what exactly Ginga is, because the name is interesting enough.
Yeah.
Tell us about Ginga, where it came from, and how it got started.
Well, Ginga is a name that I took from the Brazilian language, and it means movement and body sway and sneakiness. And I want to relay that to the type of players that we train at the academy. And I started Ginga Academy because I knew that I could come back and teach kids something. I could coach them. I could educate them. And in the end, I could give them tremendous opportunities that weren't available for me when I was their age.
And Luke is the new goalkeeper coach.
Yeah.
And tell us about yourself. You're a former professional yourself.
Yeah, that's correct.
With quite the background, an Oakville boy, born and raised, and then over in Europe for a bit. I'm talking here. I'm not even letting him explain. So explain. Tell us about your background.
Yeah, no, I am an Oakville boy and grew up playing with Oakville Soccer Club, and then moved on to TFC Academy and got the chance to go play abroad in Scotland with a few teams. And then now I've been back. A former colleague of us both got in touch with me and said, Kevin's looking for a goalkeeper coach, and Kevin and I got in touch, and it's just been clicking. We have all the same ideas and same mentality, so it's perfect.
Well, you guys have had a lot of success in your time over the last few years, and you've started sending some players over to the next level, whether it be over to Europe, whether it be just up to the next level in general. We were going to talk about a couple of them. We were going to talk about Noah and his Niemic, right?
Yes.
Noah Niemic. Noah had to correct me a few times last year on the proper pronunciation.
Yeah.
Fernando Estrada being another. But these are two guys who we've had the pleasure of filming over the last couple of seasons in CAF. Scored some of the best goals we've seen. Talk about what they're doing right now.
They're both training right now with me and preparing for the next stage. I sent them to Penafiel, one of my former clubs that I was playing at, and Noah was there for 3 weeks, and Fernando was there for 2 weeks. Both of them great feedback. The club wants them there for the next season, so we're just going through that to see how that's going to go through. Everything looks very positive. Fernando's a little bit older, so it's a little bit easier, but both of them are in the same situations where Penafiel in Portugal wants them both to come back.
Fantastic. So as a guy who was in Europe yourself, of course, you're a former professional playing in Europe. You came back from Scotland.
Yeah.
Ginga and what they offer and what you've seen. I mean, are you excited from what you've seen so far?
Yeah.
Is he putting them through the necessary steps that they're going to need to be successful when they go to that next level and possibly over to Europe?
Yeah, completely. Like I said, when I first came in, it just clicked. We had the same ideas. It was very professional. The kids all want to pursue something abroad, and that's what we're preparing them for, and that's what Kevin's been preparing them for. And it's just going to be continuing that motion. I'm really happy with where it's going.
Right. From what you've seen so far this year, just finished second week of play.
Yeah.
Are you happy from what you've seen so far from your teams? You mentioned a couple of tough losses, but of course, as you mentioned, it's more than just the wins and the losses, right? So
of course, it goes back to why we're in CAF. We're in CAF because in my region, KW, the competition is not very strong for our academies, for our academy, and so I've joined CAF in the GTA, where there's much more competition, much more exposure. There's TFC right there, right beside our games, right beside our field, so giving that exposure to the kids is a bonus, actually, to be honest. The competition is greater. Kids want it more down here, so CAF is perfect for everybody. It's a great standard. It also sets a platform for where kids can learn, can compete, can be challenged, and also CAF offers many different opportunities, like the trips and the CAF United going to Dubai. These are unbelievable opportunities for kids, so CAF is doing a great job, and that's why we're in here.
We've got just about a minute left, but I have to point out, of course, as I do every year when Kevin's on, this man right here, quite the freestyler, former professional career, of course, but your skills are absolutely unbelievable, and just talk about the freestyling, and we're going to show some of the YouTube videos as well, of course, about some of the stuff you do. But we've got about 40 seconds, so just talk about that and some of the stuff you take part in.
Well, freestyle for me is something just really fun. Tricks with the ball and having enjoyment. I played in Brazil, so that comes from there. The freestyle tricks gives kids like Noah and kids Fernando and kids Logan that have been players in Ginga, gives them this other flair,
Right.
and they can do things. And we have proof of videos that we've shown in the past of kids doing these things, and even me, I'm sitting there saying, wow.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And honestly, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for making the trip all the way in from KW, by the way, and we'll see you guys on the weekend for the next round of games. More Cat TV coming up in just a moment.